Well, I'm here with Don Smart. Don, I'm really excited to hear your story today. Tell me to start, how did you show up at Eastwind? How long have you been at Eastwind? Kind of when did you first walk through the doors?
So we kind of came through Ian, my son. Kind of came and went for a little while at first, and it turned out, I know this sounds crazy, but we really liked the pastor. So we started hanging around and made it our home about maybe 3 years ago now.
Okay, I'll make sure I tell him. That's
yeah.
So and you got involved right away, and you serve behind the scenes in coffee, behind the scenes on our Sunday mornings. But how did you get involved serving? Were you voluntold? Did you kind of respond to an ask? Was it just something that was on your heart?
We came from another church in California, and I'd always served there doing this or that, and the coffee thing came up, and it was like, okay, that's easy, right? So I kind of got into that and met some people through it. It was fun. So that was kind of my first serve here, and then in a conversation with Jamie, who was the tech guy before in the coffee area, I said, well, I had done the soundboard and whatever back at our home church in California. And he was like, oh, like he locked on right now. I'm like, okay. So that kind of came from there, and it was good.
Yeah, always be careful to share.
You're right, too much sharing.
What you know how to do, right? So you're serving in those capacities, but what do you do in your day job? When you're not here on a Sunday, when you're not serving, what's your day-to-day life?
I'm retired, so I play some golf. I help Ian coach football over the high school. I do some volunteer work at the senior center and Boise Rescue Mission. Okay. So I stay busy, but not too busy, kind of thing. Yeah.
Would you be willing to share what your coaching nickname is?
Okay, wow. I am the Don Father.
Yes.
Now, how that happened was, again, my son, Coach Smart, is the head coach. So you can't have two Coach Smarts. That happened, and I don't know.
I like it. I like how humbly you said that. You can't have two Coach Smarts, so one of us had to be the Don Father.
Right.
Hey, one of our experiences is that serving is part of how we become more like Jesus. And so I'd love to hear how serving has changed your own life, your own heart, your own mind.
Gosh, you know what? It sounds corny, right? But it does. For me, when I, like I said, do stuff at the senior center and all that, it's like, I just enjoy it, number one. I just like to be able to help out in anything if I get a chance, and doing stuff at the church just, kind of adds a little bit of flavor to it, just for the fact that it's kind of doing the Lord's work somehow.
Yeah.
So, it's good.
That's good. It sounds like it's just part of how you live your life.
Yeah, if the neighbors, struggling with getting something off their truck, I'm probably going over to help them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. We'll share your number later for everybody who's like, you gotta help me lift something. Let's say someone's watching, and they're going, I'd like to get involved. That sounds like something I could do. What advice would you have for them?
Jump in. Okay. Try it. I think one thing that I have gotten out of serving here and elsewhere is you meet people and you get to know people, and it's when you're doing something together. I mean, we all have the how's the weather conversation, but when you're in there doing something, you get to know people, and it's good. I enjoy that for myself. So
yeah. If you off the top of your head, how many years would you say you've been following Jesus?
Ooh.
That's kind of a big one. Right?
Yeah, 22 or so. Yeah.
Okay. So a couple decades.
Couple decades.
If say one of your players grabbed you and said, "Hey, Don Father, 20 years later, why do you follow Jesus?" How would you answer that?
Because it has made my life ridiculously better.